Doctors of Reddit, what is something that you wish everyone knew about their body? Many simpler diseases in the body can be compared to a car. When you don't get regular checkups and take regular care, it's not like you'll notice something bad happening right away. Just like how you won't notice a missed oil change a couple thousand miles later. But diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, alcohol dependence, etc., they all sneak up on you. Just like how eventually, that engine won't run as smooth. The second thing is that your body isn't like a TV remote, where you pop out the old batteries and put in some new ones. You can't expect to come into a hospital and walk out feeling 100%. People have some unrealistic expectations of what doctors can do. The first-line treatment for most of our common diseases is, wait for it, lifestyle modification. It's not drugs. It's not surgery. 50% of newly diagnosed type 2 diabetics do not require anything more than diet and exercise. Cessation of smoking is the second best thing you can do for your health, and every little amount you decrease smoking has a profound impact. Again, you won't see it now, but you'll see it down the road, like the oil change. And if you do need meds, like how most will eventually need meds for their blood pressure, don't play around with it. Take it every day. Hypertension is called the silent killer. You can't really feel your blood pressure, but it's slowly damaging every artery and every organ in your body. And that comes down to the last point. Exercising is the key to a better life. If you put in the work, there is no upper limit. That's not an exaggeration. Not exercising is worse than smoking, diabetes, or coronary artery disease. It is the single best thing you can do for a healthier life. Your health is a shared responsibility, and we're here to help. This may not be the flashiest Reddit comment, but this one may actually save your life. This is going to sound really basic, but I wish my patients would know what meds they are on when they come to the hospital. At least once a day comes somebody in who goes, "Yeah, I take 8 pills in the morning, 3 in the evening, and 4 at lunch, but don't ask me which. You're a doctor, you should know." I beg of you, before going to a doctor that has never seen you before, write your meds, doses, and all on a piece of paper. You often will feel normal even with high blood pressure. It's often found incidentally. So don't wait until it gives you symptoms you don't want to go through. Edit. To all those wondering how to figure out if it's asymptomatic. Get checked at least once a year if you're over 35. Why? There's no other way. You need some kind of exercise. Doesn't matter how you feel right now, sitting for 12 to 16 hours a day will have negative consequences. Don't do DIY surgery or hold off on reporting things that are obvious warning signs. Don't be the guy who tried to remove his skin cancer with a knife. Your kidneys and liver cheerfully do all the toxin elimination you'll ever need. Cleanses and other detoxifying products are bullshit woo and a waste of money. The people who sell them are predators who only care about your money becoming theirs. Vaginas are self-cleaning and douching does more harm than good because it flushes out all the good bacteria that's meant to be there. Kinda similar to how full water changes on your aquarium remove most of the good nitrifying bacteria in there, and thus should be avoided. Some things just don't belong in your rectum. How to check for skin cancer. If you see any moles or anything that are asymmetrical, B border, odd borders, like they're jagged or something, C color, different colors, D diameter, grows, E evolve, well, evolves. Go get it checked out. It might be skin cancer. What if I'm fully covered, and I mean covered, in tattoos and am still paranoid about this? I'm a ginger and covered in freckles and moles, so I go to the dermatologist once a year for a mole check. Basically, a trained professional looks at all my spots and makes notes of any they want to keep an eye on. Next time I'm in, they double-check those to see if they've changed, grown, etc. Where the orifice each gender urinates through really is. Antibiotics are not some magic cure for every pain in your body, nor for the flu or common cold. Never ever boil breast milk. In my country there is a popular belief that breast milk jaundice in newborns can be treated by boiling one's breast milk, but by doing this you destroy all the nutrients, and it basically becomes as nutritious as water is. Do not give honey to children below the age of 1. Do not rub your child with rubbing alcohol as to lower his fever. Baby wipes don't substitute daily bath showers. Yes, I am a pediatrician. That the immune system is an incredibly complex and nuanced organization of cells that communicates readily to destroy anything deemed hostile within the body. It helps explain why vaccines are supposed to work, why allergies come and go, and why transplants are hard to successfully pull off. Edit. A lot of people are asking how allergies work, so here is a brief explanation using pollen, allergic rhinitis, as an example. Your immune system senses pollen in the body. It doesn't appear to be one of your cells, so the B cell collects samples of it, relays it to a helper T cell, which in turn helps specialize the B cell to become one of two cells, effector and memory cells. Effectors mass produce antibodies, while memory cells are reserved for future invasions. This is why initial exposure to a new substance may not necessarily trigger allergic responses. The signal is still weak as the immune system is still acclimating to a foreign particle. Antibodies flood the pollen particles and signal for basophils mast cells to release histamine, the hormone responsible for inflammatory responses. This is where the runny noses and sneezing come into play, and for more severe allergies, anaphylactic shock. Allergies may fade out over time for several reasons. When exposed to a non-threatening level of an allergy for a long enough time, the body decides that it's not really a threat anymore. Furthermore, as people age, the immune system weakens, making it harder to detect and overreact to allergies. I'm a dentist, and if you don't take care of your gums, your teeth will fall out of your head, and you'll get pissed at me when your jawbone atrophies and your denture doesn't fit anymore. Edit. Essentially, periodontitis causes inflammation and recession of the gums, which in turn cause inflammation and recession of bone. After that, teeth start getting mobile and falling out. How do you take care of your gums? Beyond brushing, flossing teeth every day, that is. Mine are constantly swollen, and it seems like nothing I do can help. Swollen? How? Are they bleeding, or do they just look kind of odd? Without doing a full exam, there's not much for me to go on, but brushing and flossing regularly is the best first step you can take, so you're doing good in that department. You might just need to go to the dentist and get a cleaning, or even deep cleaning, scaling, root planing, to get the plaque levels down enough that your home care will take care of the rest. That they only have one and their behavior now, drinking, smoking, not taking medicines, or whatever, will impact their life quality and expectancy, sounds logical, but very few patients really realize it. Yep. Even if you're handling it fine now doesn't mean you'll handle it forever. The amount of people in their 50s with liver cirrhosis is too damn high. Not only that, but you typically have years of slowly declining quality of life rather than just dropping dead instantly. So many people say, I'd rather just live the lifestyle I want, eat, smoke, drink, abuse substances as I please, and die happy. Except you won't. You'll spend your 50s and 60s on dialysis, and waiting for a kidney or liver transplant, going to the doctor every other week and taking a dozen different medications. Don't even think about going on vacation or watching your grandchildren graduate from high school. The last 10 years of your life are going to be horrible. Before you ruin your life with smoking or alcohol or bad diet, ask yourself how you feel about dying in a nursing home at 67. I'm a vet, but I'm sure some doctors will have come across this too. Amputated limbs do not grow back. I've had far too many people asking how long it will take for their pet's amputated limb to grow back, so I'm assuming a few doctors out there will have had patients asking the same of their own missing limbs. Maybe those people you've met think all animals are like lizards. JK. I think sometimes it's shock or fear of what might be ahead and how things might change that makes people say that. And then again, some are just stupid or ignorant. Baby doctor here, about to graduate. Unless you have liver or kidney failure, your body detoxes itself really well. Don't get scanned by these detox teas and whatever. Your mental health is just as important as your physical health. And frankly, having suffered from anxiety and depression, if your mental health is bad, your physical health will suffer too. You don't have enough energy to prepare food, so you just eat junk. Getting up seems too hard, so you don't exercise. Making a doctor's appointment? Too anxiety-inducing, so you just don't go. Basic hygiene, such as toothbrushing, decreases too, because what's the point? You get the idea? Even if you don't care about mental health for its own sake, which you should, realize that it rebounds into your physical health. If you could keep track of the assorted parts you've had removed or added, That'd be very helpful. I'm not saying you need to know whether your fundoplication was a Nissen or a door, but if you're complaining about belly pain, it would be nice to know that the last time you had belly pain they took out your gallbladder, appendix, sigmoid colon. And if you've ever had something implanted, and they gave you a little card, that's not warranty information. That tells us if you're going to explode if you go in an MRI. Bring it. Otherwise it will be Googled. Question about MRI that feels too dumb to ask my mother, nurse. If I have a metal retainer in my mouth, can I never get an MRI? Growing up, she said if I got a tattoo I couldn't get an MRI, but found out that was just to try to get me not to get one. Type 2 diabetes is more serious than most people realize. I work as a doctor in hemodialysis, and most of them are due to diabetic nephropathy. It also affects your eyes, nerves, immune system, etc. Simple life changes can help you, but Noon seems to care. I even lost 9 kilograms myself because I had a family history of diabetes, and to be healthy. Ejaculating blood happens to most people at least once in their lives, and in 99% of cases it resolves without taking any action within a week. It doesn't even warrant a doctor visit. Peeing blood for both sexes is a serious medical emergency, and you should immediately go to the ER. People think it's the other way around. Except when you have a vagina and tell the doctor you are peeing a huge amount of blood, they don't believe you that you're not just on your period. I will never not be salty about that experience. Drink water. I wish I'd known this when I was younger. I was unemployed, very stressed, and playing an online game called Tribal Wars. I planned to order a pizza, which is how I would get my soda fix. But when I checked the clock it was already 11 p.m., so I just didn't eat that day. So around 6 a.m. I decided to go to bed. My heart was racing, so I basically got no sleep. Got up at around 5 p.m., and when I tried walking out of my bedroom I almost passed out. Took my pulse and it was 160 bpm, and I was having difficulty catching my breath. After about an hour of this, and laying on the floor, I called 911. Ambulance arrives and they do an ECG, finding nothing but a very rapid pulse. I describe everything to the EMTs and they say I'm probably dehydrated. Drank water for the next 24 hours, and after about 24 hours I started urinating again and my pulse went back to normal. What other advice can you give? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one.